Hi, this is Josh Newton from WhiteSource. This is the fourth in a series of videos covering the WhiteSource for GitHub.com integration. This video covers how to include license policy checks in your scans and then view the results within GitHub.com. By default, the .whitesource file is configured to only look for security vulnerabilities. It is not set to look for license policy violations. As part of the default scan, it will determine the open source license type for each open source library that you are using, but that license type information is available in the WhiteSource UI, not here within the GitHub.com interface. However, if you have policies defined to specify what license types are not acceptable in your organization or product, you will see any violations of those policies created as issues within the GitHub UI. There are two steps needed to enforce license policies within GitHub.com. First, you need to configure the .whitesource file to include the enable license violations equals true line within the scan settings section. Once you commit that change, the integration will now look for any license violations when a scan is triggered. The second step is to create a policy out in the WhiteSource UI. For this use case, we are referencing a license policy, but keep in mind that policies can be set for many different criteria, not just license violations. Here within the WhiteSource UI, if you want to create a policy for the entire organization, you click on the Policies tab here in the main toolbar. You can also create policies at the product level by clicking here, or all the way down at the individual project level by clicking the Policies button here. Let's look at an organizational policy that I already have defined. We can see from the text at the bottom that conflicts are resolved by priority, with project policies having the highest priority, followed by product policies, and finally the organizational level policies. Here within our block GPL policy, the match is set to by license group, and then I've clicked the Add Licenses button and did a filter to grab all of the GPL type licenses. I've set the action to reject, and the final part, which is very important for the GitHub.com integration, is that the name of the policy must have license with a capital L. It must be enclosed within the square brackets and then have a space. After that, you can name the policy anything you like. All policies will be enforced by the WhiteSource UI, but for the GitHub.com integration to enforce the policy, it must have that bracket license bracket space prefix. So with that policy now created and the .whitesource file modified to include the enable license violation scan setting, you should now start to see issues being created if there are libraries that have license types which violate your policy. If I click on the issues here, we can see we've got a few issues with license policy violations. In this case, this particular library has a GPL 2.0 license, which violates our organizational policy. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you have further questions, please reach out to your WhiteSource representative, or you can visit our website for more information.